9 a.m. on Sunday morning. Been up since 4, so we've just come back from a 10-day trip to Mexico. We did 5 days in one resort, 5 days in another resort. One of them was a brand new resort, which we absolutely loved. One of them was a resort we've been to before that just didn't feel quite as good as it did the first 2 times. Anyway, it was a very, very long trip back. I think the last day was a 16-hour journey, and I slept 4 hours in LA and then drove from LA back to home in Vegas, which was another 5 hours. And then I think I've had 4 hours sleep again. I came out about 5 a.m. this morning to record the video, but it didn't turn out that well. So here I am re-recording. What's the point of this video? I don't know, just to have some fun. Just to show people around what Summerlin is really like, because most people have no idea what Vegas is like. And I've noticed, because speaking to people whilst on holiday at the pool, they just assume it's a strip, much like everybody else. I do want to go in this new area in a moment. I might get the drone out, but before we do that, there's workmen in, it's just being finished. We're going to go to the top of the hill and we're going to show you all of the stuff on the way up the hill. So most of this is residential at the moment. On the right, it's, I guess they call these paseos. Our one's been developed, but it's kind of open land that allows for runaway water and flooding and things like that. And you'll see, I think we've passed a couple of people going for walks. Even at 5 a.m. this morning whilst I was out, there were people going for long walks. We're just passing the Arches, which is a new development. They are huge homes, 3,500 square foot, probably about 1.4, 1.5 million now. Not ones we've considered, but the ones you can see coming up on the left, this is exactly where we wanted to live, and we made a mistake not buying here. So these homes are beautiful. I think they start at about 2,800 square feet, go up to about 35, I think. The one we wanted was about 3,000, 3,100, Kings Canyon. And the last home that we came to look at and very nearly, or considered a lot, is actually this one right here. Let's pull over. So it's this home right here. Now it's 1.3 million finished. However, the interest rates are around 7 or 8%, which are just taken out of what we really want to pay. So we decided not to, but on top of that, it was this specific house. And as you can see, I'm on the street and it's got view fencing, which then means this is your living area and your kitchen, and this is one of the bedrooms just over here. Everybody can see it, and this is your backyard. So not for us, thanks. I would prefer actually to have it walled here because it's a main street. Over on the right, this is the other Tri-Point homes. They're a lot smaller, not something we consider. We did have a look, they're really, really nice, but they're far too similar to the home that we live in, and that isn't our ideal home. On the left, it's the sister site to Kings Canyon, which is the overlook. These are all single-story homes, 3,000, 3,500 square foot. Let's just point this in there, about 3,500. I think these go for about the same money, maybe 1.1 to 1.4 million. We really like them, but I just don't think we're single-story home people at the moment. So really nice. I'm gonna go to the top of the hill just so people can see what it's like. All of this area is under development. As far as I understand it, it's mostly residential, mixed residential at the moment, which means there's single family homes. You've also got apartments, condos. I don't know what you would call them, but they're kind of, we'd call them townhomes in the UK, but they are over 3 stories, but only have 2 or 3 bedrooms. Really, really cool types of homes. But also what's coming is a new downtown area. It's really interesting watching all the new roads begin to form, as you can see here. Right, in a moment I'm going to point you down the hill and we'll see all of Las Vegas, including the modern strip, which most people know about, and then downtown Las Vegas, which I call Old Vegas. Apparently that's not its real name, it's called Downtown Vegas. Over there is the Allegiant Stadium, and then you've got Mandalay Bay and the Pyramid. Forget what it's called. Luxor. All the way over there, the big building. It's probably hard to see on the camera unless I zoom in. You've got Wynn and Encore, and then Resorts World, and then the very, very end of the strip is the Strat, which is all the way over here. If you keep coming left of the Strat, that's where downtown Las Vegas is, which is the old Vegas to me. Like most men, I absolutely love mega machines and big machinery, and these people have come up to see as well. But you can see over here, you've got all of the diggers building here, flattening, grading, building out. And then if we go down here, they've parked up a ton of dump trucks. All of this to develop basically into the mountains. I could ride to the mountains in 10 minutes from here, probably not even 10 minutes to be fair. And this is all being developed so people like us can move in and live here. What's really nice is it's Christmas of 2023, so December. All of the finished housing estates, or communities as they call them here, have their front gates decorated. And when we arrived back last night, all of ours was lit up. So they had lights and trees and reefs. So it's really nice to come home and see that. Obviously we're paying for it in our HOAs, but it's nice to have those types of things. Over on the right-hand side, those are the mountains, but it leads to Red Rock. So if you kept going down the road that passes here, should get to the entrance of Red Rock Canyon. So we live maybe 10 minutes from Red Rock Canyon. Ah, someone out of their RC helicopter. I actually try learning how to fly a helicopter. And I could fly it, I could hover it, I could go left and right. I struggled with inverted. Look how cool this is. See, this is the part of Vegas people don't know. The tough part of this is when you're flying towards yourself, all of the controls are reversed, and I crashed mine a couple of times. But I could actually do these types of things, figure of eight, left to right, figure of eight, forward, within a couple of hours after I'd built it. I can hear people out at the shooting range as well, because you can hear the pops. It's not too far from here. So all kinds of stuff happen in Las Vegas. There's actually a flying strip. If we kept going up towards Red Rock, there's a little mini airport where a lot of people go and fly their airplanes. Not sure how much of this they're going to be developing into homes over on the right-hand side. I'm not sure how much has to be left versus how much could be used. I'm gonna turn down this road now. I'm gonna head back to where we used to live, down the hill, which is called the Vistas, which is, in terms of a drive, 3-4 minute drive away from where we live now. Let's see how long it takes us. We're right at the top of the hill, so we're gonna go all the way down 2 blocks, or 2 streets, 2 roads, as we'd say in the UK. We're gonna stay in the bike lane. Oh, also, Vegas has bike lanes. Few people use them, not that many. This is the Paseos, and if anybody was watching our early videos, they need to come to a stop, because this is an active road. Where we were just now, those roads have just been developed, so there's nobody on them, but the active roads, they do need to stop. And as far as I understand it, on a scooter, I can ride on the pavement and the street, which is great. In the UK, I think we're still, I'm not even sure we're allowed to use electric scooters legally in the UK, but here in Vegas, Nevada, seem to let you ride wherever you want. Anyway, anyone that was watching our early videos, a lot of our videos were recorded in the Paseos Park, which I still really love. It's freezing out here, so I've got not only my helmet, but a woolly hat on, 3 top layers and 2 bottom layers, and then winter riding gloves. On the left-hand side, this is Toll Brothers, and it's not even 1 block from where we live. We had a look at this, but at the time they wanted around, I think about 800,000 for the home, and then 200,000 or 300,000 for the lot premium. And that's before you add on any extras or anything like that. It was absolutely ridiculous. It looks like they're taking a long time to finish selling those as well. I'm gonna go right here. There's tons of parks in Las Vegas. I don't know exactly what the parks are called. I think this is the North Clock Tower. Where we lived before was between the North Clock Tower and the South Clock Tower. I just can't remember which way round they were. This is park number 1 on the way. On the way over to the next park, which is another one of our favorites. This one has a pool. Not that I've ever been to the pool, but it does have a pool there, and it backs onto the school and also where we used to live. And the right-hand side, oh, I can see people, I don't know what they're doing. Yoga maybe. It's a much larger park. It also has a baseball field. Is it called a baseball field? It can't be a baseball court, it must be. A baseball field in that one, as does the Paseos. In these parks they'll have a number of different grills, which people do really use. Often people will have their kids' birthday parties out there, so they'll bring a bouncy castle, they'll grill out in the open. They're all built in, they're free to use for everybody. This is where we used to live, in the Vistas. I'm going to turn in here and go and see who has their Christmas decorations up. A lot of the Christmas decorations are blow up, and people have them running certain times of the day, but not all. I know there's a house on the left that used to have all of their Christmas decorations up, which they've also taken down. They were up at 5 this morning, which is weird. And those, damn, they've got quite a lot here. Anyway, this is where we used to live, just on the other side of here. I actually really like this bit. I think it's finished really well. It's not gated, but that never bothered me. Some people it does. It's just that the homes are a lot older and a lot of the features you can't actually change. It's been quiet today, which is good because 8 hours sleep in the last 2 days isn't that great, and I'm not sure how good my concentration is at the minute. I think this is the South clock tower because there's a second clock tower here, which you won't see because it's over on the left-hand side. Whilst we're heading over to the Paseos, the way we did the Mexico trip is because it's a lot cheaper and easier to fly direct from LA, we have quite a lot of points and discounts at places like hotels and car rental. So what we did is we used up 2 lots of points to have 2 nights in a hotel, and we also used some discounts on cars. So we do a one-way rental from Vegas to LA. It's about a 4.5 hour drive. We then stay in a hotel overnight and then fly out the next morning from LA, and it's a 4.5 hour plane journey to Cancun. And then on the way back, we just do that in reverse. Now it should be a really easy and short trip. However, it turned into an absolute nightmare. That was just because we had a long delay on the flight leaving Cancun, and then it had a half an hour to an hour, I can't remember exactly, wait to get onto a stand. They didn't have any stands ready. And then what was really annoying, but quite lucky, is I was meant to get my global entry on entry. However, our plane landed so late, global entry interviews were closed, but the guy was like, just go through, because there was quite a big queue if he would have sent me back, and Selena had already gone through. So he did me a massive solid rather than being really anal about it and sending me through. However, I really enjoy the drive from LA to Vegas and Vegas to LA, so that was quite nice. I'm gonna try and get up here. Right, this will lead to the Paseos Park. It's one of my favourites. I love this run, even on my bike. I've not done it on the scooter yet. It's fun on the scooter and the bike. How many of you recognise this as Vegas? That'll be interesting. Cross the road once and then we're in the Paseos. This one's got 2 baseball areas, a wet area, basketball courts, play area, and then a huge grass bit, which is where we used to sit to record the videos, and then quite a few barbecue bits. I don't know how many grills it's got, maybe 4. The other park near where we used to live, I think, has 6 or 8 barbecue pits. I've never seen them all in use at the same time, so I think 4 is probably more than enough. You can see on the left and the right, you've got very large homes, and the way they built this, to me, is, I really enjoy it. I mean, some of your privacy is gone because some of them do have view fencing. A lot of them have walls, which is nice. So you can see on the left there's view fencing, on the right there's walls. I love the fact it's built around the Paseo and they've kind of turned it into a little oasis. The other thing I could do is, this is Summerlin West. I could chuck the scooter in the car and go down to Summerlin South, which again is quite a bit different, and I think actually has more expensive homes than West. So it's a lot of where the $10+ million homes are. I think there's a home up for sale now for around 25 million. We were looking at it whilst we were in Mexico. I mean, way too big and way too expensive for us, but it did look really nice. And then also Henderson or Inspirada, because Inspirada you can get around on an electric vehicle. I don't know if you can get around all of Henderson. Inspirada I really like, and one of the places I wanted to live was there. Selena won out and got us to live in Summerlin West, but I think she could probably be talked around to move into Inspirada at some point. The really nice thing is they've got walkways and pathways and cycle paths everywhere. It's quite similar to this. Across the road at some point. All right, we're back. So I'm gonna see if they've left one of the entrances open, and we can get in there for a look. I'm guessing not. If they haven't, I will get the drone. The workmen are still here anyway. It does look very close to being finished. see all the Christmas wreaths, and in every one of these trees they put, you just about see the lights, so they all light up for Christmas in the evening, as do the wreaths. Now I've got to try and remember the code to get in the gate. That's the end of the few block tour of Summerlin West. Hopefully you've liked the video. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.